Well, I just got here. I'm making a series of videos called I Just Got Home. Because I've noticed that anywhere in Vancouver you go, no matter where you go, the moment that you arrive, within minutes, a little airplane will fly over you. And it's not just here at the Solent Ranch. No. Anywhere in Vancouver. So here's the first one. I was making this video, it was like 2 minutes ago, and I got out of the truck and I started it, and I thought I heard a plane coming, but it was the neighbor's lawnmower, right? So I thought, oh shit, I was wrong about that noise right now. And I walked outside, and then out of the truck I walked around a little bit, and I decided, well, I'll just end the video. And so I ended it. And as soon as I hit the end button, like I erased that one, turned the camera off, and I hear coming from the northwest there, and sure enough, Faggy McAirplane flies right over my house like he always seems to do. And I've been out of the truck 2 minutes. So within 2 minutes, a plane flies over you anywhere you go in Vancouver. I will make some more videos, 2 to 3 minutes long, about how the plane flies right over you. But see, there's so many millionaires in this great economy that they got nothing better to do but tool around Vancouver. Fuck you, faggot. Fucking piece of shit. I'm sorry, but there isn't anybody who's got tons of money and nothing better to do than go fly their little plane around. And oh, by the way, chemtrails are real and they're toxic metal. And the secret of the chemtrails is getting all those particles to be the same size. That's the big trick of the chemtrail. So you're like, what? So what? It's a metal poison? Can you cure yourself from that? Why is it such a big thing? What's the deal? Well, I'll tell you the deal. Chemtrails are exactly the same size, the exact same pieces of aluminum, the exact same size pieces of barium and strontium. And that's a big trick to pull off googolplex number of particles that are all the same size. When they're talking that small, you can't just go in with, a micrometer and make sure they're all the same. You've got to have a process that does that. Damn. So they pulled it off, and by having all these tiny particles be exactly the same size, they have a large mass that is all respondent to the same frequency. See, if you put out a radio frequency with the proper wavelength, say a wavelength that's the same length as the particles of metal that you have in a huge mass all in one area, you can electrify all of them. And you can also, because of electricity, you get a magnetic field. And so the aluminum is like a conduit for the electricity from the radio frequency. And I'm going to guess the barium and strontium are the two sides to play off of that with the magnetic fields, because barium is what's in the credit card swipers. It magnetically stores the number of your credit card so that it works when you go swipe it, right? Maybe strontium's the other side of that. And so, by varying and fluctuating the field, they can fluctuate their energy between the barium and the strontium that are mixed into the aluminum particles. So what am I saying? What I'm saying is, you breathe enough of that stuff in, it gets into every part of your body. It's probably going to collect in all of your liquids, like your sinuses and your cartilage even, and your subcutaneous fluids and your cerebral fluid. Everywhere in your body it can. Also your joints. It's going to collect in your shoulders and your knees and your hips and your toe joints, everywhere like that, and all of your callus tissues. Okay, so what's my point again? Oh yeah. So you've got, basically, most of it's going to be in your liquids though, and right under the skin. and then it becomes electrified and starts to become a pathogen to any cell it's in contact with. So it starts to burn, it becomes electric, it gets hot, it kills cells, and then the cells become infected and they build up in the fluid under your skin, and so very, very slowly you start to develop this swollen, infected mass just under your skin, but outside of your internal organs, and it can be affected by radio frequencies and magnetic fields. Okay. With your brain, your skull has a specific frequency, same as human resonance. It's 7.82 hertz or something like that, and it'll vary from person to person because of the size and shape of their skull and their physiology and such. But your brainwave frequencies are right in there, between 7 to 9 hertz for pretty much everybody. So if you establish a carrier wave at 7 to 9 hertz and you heterodyne across that, radio waves, the radio waves will be focused right into your skull, on your brain. And if you've ever looked at cymatics, look up cymatics. It's the study of vibration and sound, and you'll see that a sound can vibrate a mass of particles into specific shapes, into tetrahedrons and octagons and hexagons, and it's actually not all two-dimensional. If you can get the particles bouncing up and down enough, you can get a three-dimensional shape out of it. It's not really hard to make the stretch then at this point that from the chemtrails, your body is a vessel, a liquid, and it's filled with metal particles head to toe that can be made to vibrate, electrify, and that creates a magnetic field, and then the magnetic field can be manipulated with other magnetic fields into having specific shapes via the idea of cymatics, which is not a theory, it's a proven fact. Okay, look it up. C-Y-M-A-T-I-C-S. Basically what I'm saying is that you are filled with ferrofluid. Your body is now a sack of ferrofluid that you walk around in, and that ferrofluid is being jacked up by the cell phone towers and by transmitters hidden all over town inside of poles on the side of the road. They look like little panels, and at every intersection, and by airplanes that are flying over in a grid pattern that fly 24 hours a day, 7 days a week pretty much. There's little pauses here and there. I suppose they got to refuel and maintenance once in a while. And that's what you get. You are ferrofluid, and you are being turned into a remote control robot by the chemtrails and the microwaves and the radio waves and apathy. Yes, fluffers, apathy. Tell them. Tell them. Say something. Say something, Meryl. Ah, yeah, get up. So there you go. You are now a ferrofluid-filled robot that works for ISIS. Carry on.